Hi! Congratulations on your first Cricut. I'm very excited for you. Who am I? I'm Christopher. I'm with CK Customs PA. I'm also an admin on a Facebook group called Cricut Help Desk, unofficial, where we help people who just got brand new equipment fix their problems, figure out how to use their machines, and work through issues that they're seeing. We also provide recommendations on products that we use, we've tried, and tested. We also do videos like this where we show you what works and what we've used. What are we doing today? We're going to go through the accessories that you may need with your new Cricut. We'll jump right in with those. Weeding tools, Cricut branded weeding tools. This works great. You can buy different kits of Cricut branded tool sets. Where it will come with, this is one I bought. Came with a cutter, a scraper, a pair of scissors, and a spatula. And of course, the weeding tool. I do like the weeding tool. But there's a lot of other weeding tools on the market. Or there's other tools out there. This is a dental pick. This works fabulous. I actually use this for a lot of my weeding. This is another weeding tool. It's just a straight pick. Now for your cutting side of things, other than just the cutting mat or cutting board, there are several different cutting tools. So one recommended tool is an X-Acto knife. You can use this to finish cuts that didn't quite get done. Also cut your vinyl to size or paper to size. Does work great. Another version of that, a little less control, is a retractable knife. I use these a lot. Box cutters commonly referred to as well. And then a good pair of craft scissors, always handy. And then there's these fun little things. These are vinyl cutters. They work fantastic. You just put it in, push straight across. There's a little blade inside. Cut your vinyl. You're going to want extra mats. Depending upon what you got, your machine may have come with one or two or more. But definitely, I do recommend getting more mats. And actually, hanging on the wall behind me, all my mats. And they come in varying sizes for the Air 2 and the Maker, where you can get them up to 2 feet in length for those larger projects. The most commonly used mats are the light grip and the standard grip. I occasionally use the strong grip, not very often, and I don't do too many fabric projects, so I don't use the fabric mat. All right, our next item you're going to have laying around your house. It's just standard foil. So you take some foil, crinkle it up into a nice ball. And what do we do with this foil ball? Well, when our machines are not cutting quite right, we can take our fine point blades, or our blades, out of our machine, and you can push the plunger down just a little bit. You see, get in just a little bit closer, you'll see the blade pop out. You take the foil ball, fine point blade, and you can push it in 5-10 times. What that does is that cleans any residue off of your blade and will allow it to cut better again. Another common one that we've seen almost everybody ask about, I can't see my cut lines. How can I see them better? So there's two recommendations out there on the market. One is a weeding light that goes underneath, and then you lay your work on top of it and you weed it. Personally, I get a desk lamp like this, and I put my light over top. I actually like this better. Then the light is not reflecting into my eyes, and I'm able to see my cuts. I'm able to move this around and get the angles I need, use shadows, And also an LED light like this usually is dimmable, and a lot of these will come in with 3 different temperatures of light as well. So now we get into vinyl crafts. So what accessories do you need for vinyl crafts? So the most common one that I see people using is they'll take their scraper and they'll try to apply vinyl with a scraper. So with the scraper, this front edge is very hard. The edges are rounded, which is good. It's not going to dig in, but the front edge will dig in. This is a squeegee. The front edge is a lot softer. It gives you a little bit more movement when you're trying to actually use the pressure to put your vinyl down on your surface. You have your removable, you have your permanent. There's a lot of brands out there. Your most popular ones, you're looking at your Oracal, Caesar PSV, Starcraft for your most popular brands that a lot of people are using. So with adhesive vinyl, the backing has a paper on it. So your removable and your permanent vinyls will actually have paper on the back. Your vinyl will be on the front. There's no cover sheet. So when you go to cut this, your pretty side always goes up. Your paper goes down on your mat. Cut it like that. And you do not reverse your design. So after you're done cutting your vinyl, weed your vinyl, and then you will need transfer tape to remove your vinyl from its backing paper and transfer it to your design. So with the transfer tape, this one has a grid pattern on it, which is very helpful when you're laying your design on your item. That way you can actually get it square and centered before you actually drop it down. So another trick along with that is to use the taco method. So the taco method, after you've gotten your vinyl on here, is to actually take it, and you'll want to start in the center and lay it down one edge at a time using your squeegee. We have another video that goes around that process of laying that down. It's actually part of creating this sign. Now we're going to jump into our HTV side of things. Now this is a lot different. So with HTV vinyl, there's no sticky side to the vinyl. Back side of it is where your adhesive is. It's not sticky. The front side, there's actually a carrier sheet on it. Clear plastic. This is a sheet of glitter. You'll cut this carrier side down and you'll cut the back. But you have to mirror your design. And then when you go to put it on your garment, after weeding, you lay it on your garment so your glitter is up, but you leave that carrier sheet on top. The home iron, easy press, heat press on top of their vinyl. But when you do that, you'll want to use a Teflon sheet. Cover it. Or parchment paper if you don't have a Teflon sheet. This will help protect the vinyl and your iron from any HTV melting onto your iron or overheating the HTV and burning it on the shirt. When you're pressing on smaller garments or garments with seams, you'll want to use a pressing pillow. What this does is when you apply the pressure, the seams will actually sink down into the pillow and give you an even surface when pressing. Let's say you did make a mistake. You got vinyl on your iron. How do you get it off? Well, if you're going to jump in the Facebook groups and everything, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff. Easy Off is designed for cleaning residue off of hot surfaces. This is specifically designed for removing starch, scorch marks, foreign residue, soil from hot metal and ironing surfaces. This won't damage your iron. Some of the other suggestions I've seen come across could potentially damage your iron and remove its protective surface. If you do that, the next time you press, you may get more damage, more things stuck to your iron. What happens if you miss something when you were weeding and you attached it to your shirt or garment. How do you remove that? Albachem has a product called VLR that actually will dissolve the adhesive on the back of the vinyl from the garment and help you to remove vinyl from your garment. Another item that you probably have at home, if not, find it just about anywhere. Lint roller. Our paper crafts. So with that, what do I need there? Recommendations on that are glue sticks, hot glue, and with the hot glue, a lot of different ones out there. You can just go get a little hot glue gun. Just make sure you're getting the right glue sticks for it. Practice a little bit before you go at your project so that you know the flow rate of your hot glue gun and you're more comfortable with it. The extra helpful stuff that we recommend and we use, we do have our cutting board. This is a Cricut cutting board. Fiskars makes one. There's multiple other brands out there that make them, but they're extremely helpful. Another helpful item is to have a cutting mat. This is a self-healing cutting mat. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that quick run through of the different accessories that are helpful for starting out and getting going. It depends upon what crafts you want to get started with to what accessories you're going to want. Always add them later and get more. There are different blades for your Cricut that we didn't cover. These are their blades, their markers, and different accessories specific to each machine. We may cover these in a future video. If you enjoyed our video, please like, subscribe, and follow us on our Facebook group. Happy crafting!